Okay, here we go. So, first step is to wet the hair with the tap water to conduct your first shampoo. I use Elucent's Volume Clarifying Shampoo. When using the MYWater, to make sure that I'm removing any and all oils, any product buildup, as well as surface oils, so that there's no blockage or residue that fights the MYWater. We already have enough with the tap water. Second shampoo that I never use my fingers with. I had to learn years ago that using your fingernails to try and exfoliate the scalp is very dangerous. Your nails are very hard. They're made up of keratin, and they do scratch and open open our skin and create sores. We see this when we scratch our arms too much, but we can't never see the damage being done on our heads because of the hair covering it. So this is my temple tamer that has small plastic bristles that allow me to exfoliate effectively without tangling or damaging the client's scalp. I believe that this is the cause of a lot of the remains in the hair, is because we do not effectively cleanse because we use our fingers. I believe I'm providing a client with a more holistic cleansing of the scalp by utilizing this brush and scrubbing all square inches of the scalp and not just certain inches of the scalp. This feels amazing to your clients. It's stimulating. It will increase blood flow. And any surface that's clean makes it easier for anything to pass through it, which is our hair growth. Also, this brush allows me to address the ends. The ends is where all this product ends up. It's where all the tap water ends up because of the texture in the hair. By using your fingers, you're unable to effectively separate these hairs to get between them to effectively cleanse them. So by using this brush, I also brush through each square inch of the head, which cleanses the ends, which is where we have the most unmanageability at, is our ends. I believe the remnants from the tap water and the shampoo, because shampoos are highly chemically infused, gets caught in our textured ends and causes the hardness that we all experience. So what I'm doing right now is I'm brushing through her hairs until the area goes smooth. All the way to her ends. Provides a much more cleaner head of hair. You'll notice before we even get there, she will not have any smoke in her blowout. Smoke in your blowout is a sign and a signal that the hairs are not clean. And maybe the client needs to be taken back to the sink to be cleansed a third time, because maybe 2 times is not enough for every woman or every client. So now we're going to complete the last rinse with the highly chemically infused tap water. Water in the sink has no bubbles, which is a signal that all of the shampoo is rinsed out. And we'll now proceed with the application of the MYWater. Normally at this point, the client is being prepared for conditioning, which I have found to be the cause of the frizz on textured hair, because the water does not rinse away all of the remains. So some of that conditioner is kept on the hair, and everybody knows this and sees the conditioner makes us hard once it dries. So at this point, I am removing as much of the tap water as possible and ridding the hairs of as much of the tap water as possible. So I'm simply rubbing my hands, which is pushing the tap water to her ends and removing most of it. And now we'll take MYWater leave-in hair solution. I have a spout on this one because the sprayer is more for an individual at-home use. This is going to be offered in my affiliate program as what's called the user bottle, because it's more effective, more ergonomically correct. You won't kill your hand spraying all day, every day. It also gives a better output. So I start from the beginning of the hair shaft, and I use my other hand to press the hairs down to allow all of them to soak into the water. The client can feel the water saturating or moving or distributing onto her hair, and then I'm allowing gravity to help distribute the water into her ends. I do this all the way across the front of the hair, holding the hairs down with the other hand so that you're getting all of them, and then waiting for the water to run to my hands, which I can feel, and then I'm going to squish it into her ends. Do the same thing over here. It is cool. I think everyone has heard the benefits of cool water on our hair before it dries versus allowing the cuticle to close with hot water on our hair. And I'm doing the same thing I did with the tap, allowing the MYWater to run into her ends. Sometimes you have to address the ends and go ahead and soak those as well and squish, 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 squish to further saturate. I continue rubbing it. She's already softened. And now we'll proceed with the comb out. There's no conditioning. You do not rinse MYWater out. It is a leave-in hair solution. So you're able now to move right into your comb out. So now I'm going to show how simple and fast and easy her comb out is going to be. Normally, this type of a texture in hair would be very difficult to detangle, but not with MYWater. So I gather all hairs behind the head. I use a wide tooth comb, and you start at the ends. The ends usually carry the most tangles. It's not up here at the scalp, they're down here at the ends. So to minimize the shedding, you start from the ends and you work your way up until the area below your hands is free of tangles. Also, because the hairs are now cleansed properly, they're no longer hard. Once you get the ends done, you slowly work your way up. experiencing right now is simply tangles from lack of a comb through. This client may not have combed through her curls in a day or so, which is why we have the tangles at the ends. So I'm slowly and carefully loosening those tangles while obtaining full detangling and manageability. Now I move on to the middle, and I'm going to do the same thing as I work my way up. I believe in conducting a full comb out before I blow dry. Therefore, the blow dry will go a lot faster and not cause the client as much agony if you remove the tangles prior to blow drying. Sometimes textured hair requires a little bit more work or time, but it's necessary in order to protect the hairs a little better. I'd like to show how much hair I got in the comb out. That's hardly none, very minimal. So MYWater also helps to retain your hairs. This client would have had 3 times as much hairs come out during this comb out had I used conditioner. And I haven't used or put anything on this client's hair but the MYWater. Completely dry, 10 minutes or less. Now we'll move on with the flat ironing. Let's do a recap. Nothing added but MYWater, provided a 10-minute or less blowout, minimized the shedding that we got in the comb out, and now going to give us the soft and silky results everyone has seen. Notice how clean her scalp is. So often when I used to shampoo with my fingers, I would get the client back to the chair and I could see the buildup on the scalp. This is what made me utilize oil sheen, because the oil sheen would cover up the remains on the scalp and trick the client into believing her scalp is clean when it's really not. With MYWater, you don't have to cover up anything or try to hide anything, because your clients are going to be truly clean, which is how you obtain soft hair. I think everyone is confused with thinking that products is how you soften your hair, and that's backwards practice, because we all see it doesn't work. So with all clients, I do attend to all hairs, and this head happens to have a lot of short ends on her edges. These hairs need to be flat ironed as well. A lot of people will omit them and then smush them or smear them down to the client's scalp with edge controls. You can omit that product and that process if you just slow down and get the shorter hairs as well.